Hello, let's do an analysis on today's price action. This is supposed to be a morning analysis, but I didn't get to do it this morning. So I'm doing it literally the moment I get home, like literally I've just gotten home. I literally sat down and I literally opened my computer and turned my camera on to do this with you guys. I've been low-key like checking it throughout the day just because I didn't get the chance to do that morning analysis. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear off some of the alerts because I feel like, I don't know, it might just be me, but whenever I see all of these lines, because I set a lot of alerts because I'm not watching the charts, like I'm not like a scalper. So I don't like sit on the charts for like an hour. I just let price do what it wants to do. And then when it hits my zone of interest, then I will clock in and have a look. So I'm going to leave one alert right here. I feel like that's a good level. So what I've been wanting to see, well, what I wanted to see before today, so obviously today session started like here. I thought that Powell speaking would have a bigger impact on the market, but it did nothing. Let's have a look at NQ. Because obviously Powell it's the American thing, so yeah, it just doesn't even look like it had that much of an impact, which makes me so annoyed because yesterday I was like, let me just get off the charts because Powell's speaking. But it's like Powell, it literally did nothing. So I don't know if I'm maybe I'm just watching too much TikTok because I see everyone. I'm obviously on the trading side of TikTok. I'll be real. But I see everyone being like, oh, when Powell opens his mouth and when Powell starts speaking, then the market goes crazy. And I think the last few times it has done some crazy moves, but today or yesterday it didn't do anything. But so what I was waiting for before price made this move was I was waiting for price to make an indication and a correction. We saw this lower high here, so it obviously didn't make a lower low, it made a higher low. So I wasn't really expecting it to correct all the way down. I thought, okay, well, this is probably going to be the rest of the correction because you can see even here the buyer volume just kicks in all of a sudden, even though it's New York session starting. I mean, yeah, it's New York session starting, so it like makes sense. But yeah, price obviously didn't move very much during New York, especially compared to Asia. But I wanted to this morning. If I were to have done this morning, I would have just looked at this and been like, okay, there's a higher low here. There's clearly a level of support in here on this internal structure. I'll say just about there where price is, coming down, making a push up, hitting it, making a push up, hitting it, making a push up. So it used this, it's made a higher low, and it's made a higher high and another higher low, so I would have wanted to see an indication and a correction and then a continuation. So we'll see if we get that tonight. I don't really know. I guess we've kind of already had it. Like if you look closely, we've got that indication, that correction, and that continuation. But this just seems way too small. Okay, so we have that little indication, that correction, price is still correcting, and then we've got a continuation. So it makes a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. You could not have made any trade off of that. Maybe you could have made a trade. No, you couldn't make one off of this one. Got a little bit of choppiness going on here. So I don't know. I wouldn't have taken a trade off of that, and obviously I didn't. We can see that London's continuing to push up. So I mean, if we're looking at this and what price is giving us right now, I'd say it's still like, because we want to keep on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. 4 hours obviously all bullish. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't know I had that on. 4 hours obviously all bullish. We've got this new high here. So it's not a crazy clear high, which is what I don't like. Here it's very clearly a high. Here we've very clearly got a clear high. But here it's just a wick. So that's not my favorite thing to see, but it is what it is. But then when we look on the 1 hour, it's more clear. It's more clearly a high. And it's even got that bullish retracement structure with that lower high. Yeah, okay, I got that right. So I want to see that indication and then a correction and then some bullish structure to make a continuation. That's the ideal for today. But obviously we don't always know if that's going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send an alert back at this level. So if price retraces back here, I'll know. I would start marking up the lower time frame, but I don't really think it's necessary because just looking at this, we can see that it's still clear market structure. We saw that choppiness on the really low time frame, but up here it's just clean price action. And yeah, that's the choppiness that I was kind of talking about. And yeah, I mean, you could, if you're using candle closes, you could kind of say it's forming an area of resistance, but it's still candle closes. Anyway, matter of the fact is you can see it's already pushed up, so it doesn't really matter to mark that up. So price is bullish above and bearish below. I would say bearish below because look, when price hits here, it sells off. And I mean, I guess that only happened once, so I'm just gonna put bearish below. Price bearish below, because at least that's the way I know where the momentum is. And then we'll see if price ends up retracing back below this level. We can see if there's still strong sellers sitting at this level, because if there is, then price is probably going to do something like this. I mean, I should have made that a bit steeper. Do something like that. But then if price is like bullish above, and we can see that there's obviously momentum here, but we'll see that same momentum pushing up. But yeah, I don't know if I explained that well. I'm trying to make sure I'm putting the momentum side of things in my analysis because I haven't done that previously. And then price is bullish above here. Actually, wait, no. Price is bearish below. Let me just do market structure, not momentum, because I feel like that's just confusing me. Let's say price is bullish above here because it's made this indication. Oh wait, I was expecting to be able to write on it, but anyway, let's say that price is bearish below here because if it breaks this low, then that is an indication to the downside, meaning that it is bearish below that level. But if price remains above here, I guess it's bullish above, but it's not really bullish above until it gets above this level where it's made the new high. Because at any stage in this range, this whole range really, price could make a lower high. Does that make sense? I don't know if I explained that right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to journal. Let's see if there's any news. My face went off the screen. Okay, still recording. So we don't have any news tonight. It doesn't look like. Yeah, no news. That's okay. It's probably just going to be a quiet one. Or hopefully hopefully price action's good, considering that we did have power speaking. So hopefully it's a bit better today than yesterday, but I'm going to go in journal now. So pre-market analysis. We're doing gold, and I'm noting it down. Even though I only trade gold, I'm noting it down because at some point I'm going to add more instruments into my trading, so that's why I'm noting it down, so that when I go back I have the data of which instrument I'm trading very clearly. I don't have to go back in time and stuff. Anyway, high time frame is bullish. I don't even need to look at the charts to see that, but I mean, look, it's just been pushing all-time highs, so it's very much bullish. Key levels is that indication level. Oh, did I mark my no trade zone? Okay, we've got these previous levels. These are low-key relevant. I'm going to leave this one, but that's no longer really a no trade zone because if price wants to push below, I don't know, we'd have to see. Again, I need that extra confirmation to take a sell, but that's no longer a no trade zone. This is the new no trade zone. If we want to go on to the most recent price action, and Sky always says do the last 3 to 4 days of price action, so that's what I'm doing. There's no point in zooming out and doing all of this. I'm just going to do the most recent, and then when we look at the news events, there's none. Market conditions is trendy, I would say, because it's gone and it's made that high low. Price market structure is pretty clear. You've pushed up, we made a high, we made a higher low. Higher low, we've made a lower high, a higher low. Obviously that's that internal structure to make that full correction. So even though I don't know who's going to look at this and say it's choppy, but I guess no, I wouldn't say it's choppy. It's all internal structure, but the internal structure seems pretty clean. and market structure itself seems pretty clean. This is what I'd call choppy, but I think from this push upwards, it's pretty clean in my opinion. So I'd say it's pretty trendy. Market conditions, my bias is buys, setups I'm waiting for, that high time frame correction, and continuation. And then my validation is if price doesn't do a full correction, and if price enters my no trade zone, and if price breaks a high time frame low. What is the high time frame low? That's this bit here. So let me set an alert here. I'm gonna label this alert. Message. Price crossed high time frame low. And the reason why it's a high time frame low, you could, use the 4 hour or whatever. But even the 4 hour, this is the swing low. But then when you look at the 1 hour, the 1 hour is more clear. And you can see that price clearly makes this low and then this high. So that's a high time frame low. It wouldn't, be all the way down here because we're only looking at the most recent price action and the most recent high highs and high lows. And then max risk would be 1%, and then 1 trade a day. I'm feeling pretty tired, pretty drained. I'm feeling eager to succeed in trading. Like way too eager. Will just remind myself the market will always present opportunity. And I remind myself this so I stay patient and I don't overtrade. And with being so eager to succeed in trading, that could cause me to make impulsive decisions. So I like to always remind myself the market will always present opportunities and only trade what's clearly in front of you, which helps me not force a trade. And then also let's remind myself that you're paid for your good habits and good practices, not your time or frequency of trades. And I learned a lot of that from Justin Werlin. I had a few questions about my mentality. Justin Werlin, guys, I promise you, if you take his trading psychology content and you actually apply it and actually remind yourself of it, you're good. What is this? Oh, hold on. Did some of it get taken off because of the US shutdown? Because why is it saying we have... Oh, okay, it's all down here. It is Wednesday. Okay, it is Wednesday. We definitely don't have any news today. So maybe it got pushed. I don't know. I don't know why they're saying there's news here. But it doesn't look like there's news. Oh, or am I looking at it wrong? No, because that's 8 a.m. Because sometimes I've got to keep in mind that, for example, with Power speaking last night, so Tuesday night, but it obviously shows up on Wednesday. But anyway, that is my morning trade analysis, my midday trade analysis, really. I'm just going to label this trade analysis because it is not the morning. It is 4:30 past Asia session. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm so tired. I'm going to study trading right now. And I actually have to film a Trading Diaries episode. I'm going to study trading first. I'm going to prioritize that, study trading for a little bit, and do my... What do I have to do? This. I'm going to read over my notes, read over my affirmations. I'm going to take notes from the ICC video. Okay. Thanks for watching. Good luck on your trading day, and I'll speak to you guys later. Goodbye.